Chapter 57. Su Hu against West Qi. A royal envoy left Zhaoge for Jizhou. When he arrived, he stayed at a hostel for the night. Su Hu met him at the hostel, burnt incense, and kowtowed before the envoy read the royal decree. When he heard the contents, he was delighted. He entertained the royal envoy and saw him off. He thanked heaven and earth for his good fortune. Now I have the opportunity to clear myself before the people of the wrongs unjustly attributed to me. He thought to himself. Drinking with Su Chunzhong and Madame Yang that evening, he announced, "I never expected that Daji would ignore our teachings, bewitch King Zhou, and harm the innocent. Because of her, the nobles of the country all hold grudges against me. On the other hand, King Wu is known to all as a virtuous ruler. He's already secured loyalty from 2/3 of the kingdom. How lucky I am now to be appointed commander. I have the chance to go over with all my family and enjoy peace and security there. I'll attack that tyrant with the other nobles, so I won't be the laughingstock of the country anymore. I want to prove that I am a real man." "You're right, General. We feel exactly the same way," Madame Yang said with pleasure. The following morning, Su Hu summoned his generals to gather before him and announced, "By order of His Majesty, I will lead an army to West Qi. Get ready to depart for the front." He offered sacrifices to the flags and banners and set off with 100,000 soldiers. He appointed Zhao Bing, Sun Ziyu, and Chen Guang to the vanguard and General Zhen Lun to head the reinforcements. They left Jizhou and marched quickly towards West Qi. They had traveled for many days when a scout came to report that, "West Qi city is ahead of us, Commander." Su Hu ordered his men to set up camp. Meanwhile, a conference was being held in the city. The generals and ministers were discussing the proposal from many nobles that King Wu launch an attack on King Zhou when Su Hu's arrival was reported. "I've heard that General Su Hu is a skillful commander. You must be familiar with him, General Huang. Tell me what you know of him," Jiang Ziya requested. "He is upright and outspoken. He's no flatterer without a backbone. As a close relative of King Zhou, he's extremely dissatisfied with him and has always wished to come over. He's frequently sent me letters asking me to help him get rid of the tyrant. He'll certainly join Zhou since he's here today," Huang Feihu said promptly. Jiang Ziya was overjoyed with the news. 3 days passed, but Su Hu remained in his camp without giving a challenge. Huang Feihu went to see Jiang Ziya. "Su Hu isn't making a move. Shall I go and test him out?" Jiang Ziya gave his consent. Huang Feihu immediately mounted his 5-colored divine ox and left the city to the roar of cannons. He shouted before Su Hu's camp gate, "Will General Su Hu please come out to see me?" When he heard the challenge, Su Hu ordered General Zhao Bing of the vanguard to do the first battle. Zhao Bing mounted his horse, took up his halberd, and left the camp. When he saw that his opponent was Huang Feihu, he said sarcastically, "You were a close relative of His Majesty, yet you didn't return his favor. I am here under orders to arrest you. Get down from your ox immediately." He stabbed at Huang Feihu with his halberd, but the latter parried the attack with his lance. "You'd better return to your camp. Tell your commander to see me and relay the message for him. Don't think that you're good enough to do battle with me. How dare you speak such nonsense? You damned bastard. How dare you?" Huang Feihu shouted in genuine rage. He began to resist Zhao's assault in earnest. In 20 rounds, he took Zhao Bing alive. When he was brought before Jiang Ziya, Zhao Bing defiantly stood upright, refusing to kneel. "Why are you so obstinate when you've already been captured?" Jiang Ziya rebuked him. "You may simply kill me. There's no need to say anything further." Zhao Bing replied courageously. Jiang Ziya had him sent to jail. When the news came that Zhao Bing had been taken, Su Hu fell silent. General Zhen Luing approached him. "Marquis, Don't worry about Huang Feihu. I'll seize him for you tomorrow." The next day, he took up his demon-subduing clubs and mounted his golden-eyed monster. He galloped out to the city wall and issued a challenge. By order of Jiang Ziya, Huang Feihu left the city to meet the new opponent. He saw an evil-looking general with a face the color of a jujube. Huang Feihu yelled, "Who's that general coming?" "I'm Zheng Lun." "Huang Feihu, you traitor. Now that we're here, why don't you lay down your arms and surrender?" "Zheng Lun, you'd better go back and ask your commander to see me. I've something important to tell him. Look what happened to Zhao Bing when he refused." Huang Feihu threatened. In a fury, Zheng Lun swung his clubs at Huang Feihu. Huang met the assault with his lance. After 30 rounds, Zheng Lun held his club horizontally in the air to signal his 3,000 crow soldiers, who immediately moved into a long, snake-like formation. At the same time, 2 white beams shot from his nostrils with a crash. Huang Feihu fell unconscious from his divine ox. The crow soldiers surged forward, seized him with hooks, stripped off his armor and clothes, and bound him up tightly. When Huang Feihu came to, he found himself a prisoner. He shook his head and sighed. "I can hardly believe it. It's just like a dream." Zheng Lun returned in triumph. "I've taken Huang Feihu. He's now being held at the camp gate," he told Su Hu. When he was brought before Su Hu, Huang Feihu spoke courageously. "I'm willing to meet death and return the kindness I've received from King Wu. You deserve death, but I'll put you in prison now and send you to Zhaoge later on." Su Hu said calmly. Jiang Ziya was shocked to hear that Huang Feihu had been taken. How did it happen? A General Zheng Lun fought several rounds with General Huang Feihu. Then he snorted 2 rays of white light from his nostrils. General Huang fell from his ox and was taken. Jiang Ziya was extremely displeased. More wicked sorcery, he thought to himself. The next day, Huang Tianhua asked for permission to challenge Zheng Lun. Jiang Ziya immediately gave his approval. Huang Tianhua mounted his jade unicorn and left the city. He demanded to see Zheng Lun, but he was taken in 10 rounds the same way his father had been, and was confined in the same jail. Jiang Ziya was amazed at Huang Tianhua's capture. "Didn't General Huang tell me that Su Hu was willing to join us? Then why has he taken both Huang Feihu and his son?" Encouraged by his victories, Zheng Lun gave another challenge the following day. When Jiang Ziya asked, "Who will go to meet Zheng Lun today?" Earth Traveler's son immediately replied, "I've rendered no service since I joined your ranks. I'll go and see just how powerful he really is." As he was about to leave, Deng Changyu moved forward and begged, "For the kindness shown to my father and me, I would like to accompany him to the front." Jiang Ziya gave his permission. At the roar of cannons, Zheng Lun saw the city gates open and a female general approach. He did not notice. "Earth Traveler son, what are you looking at, you damned fool?" Earth Traveler Sun yelled. Looking down, Zheng Lun saw a dwarf before him. "What do you come here for, dwarf?" he asked with a laugh. "By order of Prime Minister Jiang, I'm here to seize you." Sun answered roughly. "You look like a baby not long weaned from the breast of your mother. How dare you boast?" Zheng Lun mocked, laughing heartily. "You damned fool, how dare you insult me?" Earth Traveler Sun rolled in on the ground and struck Zheng Lun's mount a heavy blow with his iron cudgel. Zheng Lun could not reach him as he was high up on his beast. He was soon covered with sweat, and suddenly impatient, he swung his clubs upward and snorted, spurting out 2 white beams of light. Earth Traveler's son fell unconscious and was taken by the crow soldiers. When he came to, he found himself bound by ropes. How interesting, he thought. When she saw that her husband had been taken, Deng Changyu galloped up. "You wretch! Don't think you can use your mean talents on me. She slashed at Zheng Lun with her cutlass, and Zheng swung his clubs at her face. After only a few rounds, Deng Changyu turned her horse and galloped off. She put down her cutlass, took out a colored pebble, and hurled it at Zheng Lun, hitting him square in the face. Zheng Lun fled back to his camp. "Were you defeated, Zheng Lun?" Su Hu asked on his return. "I caught a dwarf and was about to return when a female general rushed up. After a few rounds, she ran away. I didn't pursue her, but she cast a stone into my face. The dwarf is now at the camp gate." When Earth Traveler's son was pushed in before him, Su Hu said, "What use is that guy? Take him out and cut his head off." "No, wait. Let me go back and report the matter to my commander. Then I'll return for my execution." Earth Traveler Song yelled humorously, "He really is a fool. Take him out and behead him." Su Hu repeated with a laugh, "If you won't allow me to go, I'll simply leave on my own." The dwarf said, making everyone laugh uproariously. He twisted his body and disappeared into the earth. Utterly astonished, the guards rushed back to Su Hu. When we pushed the dwarf outside for execution, he suddenly disappeared. There are many talented men in West Qi. That's why all the expeditions before us have suffered defeat. Su Hu sighed. Zheng Lun gnashed his teeth in fury. He treated his wound with medicine and swore that it must be revenged. The next day he challenged Deng Changyu. Jiang Ziya decided that Deng Changyu should not answer him, but approved Nejia's request to go in her place. Nejia got on his wind-fire wheels, left the city, and shouted at the Sheng camp. "Is that Zhang Lun coming?" "Yes, it's me." Without another word, Nejia plunged at him with his lance. Zheng Lun hurriedly met the assault with his clubs, and afraid that Nejia would take action first, he held his club horizontally above his head to signal his soldiers. But Nejia had no soul, and Zheng Lun's snorting had absolutely no effect. Zheng Lun was astonished when Nejia failed to fall unconscious.